families of watches, I guess you could call them, land, sea, and air. This is a part of the sea family, specifically made for deep sea diving. So, without further ado, let's get into some of the details of this. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on the specific details of this, like size and dimensions and thickness. I'm sure you guys have read up on that if you're looking into buying this watch, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I'm going to spend more time on basically what you can't see on websites and some of the other, I guess you could say, complaints about the watch and or what people dislike about the watch. I'm going to try and spend most time on some of those things. So feel free to post any questions on things I don't touch on. They do make this watch in, I believe, 7 or 8 different colors. Right now you're looking at, like I said, the 3051. They do make an all blackout edition, which it seems to be really popular on YouTube. There's some guys that did some reviews on that watch, really good reviews, so check those out as well. They do make a yellow, green, a baby blue, red, and you're looking at the white here. I believe that's all of them. So a lot of different options to choose from if you're looking into this watch. Price point, I think this watch retails for right around $250, maybe a little more. Again, or do not pay $250 for this watch. Or if you've seen this in any in local jewelers or any local watch stores around, they're going to obviously price this high. And if you do some shopping around, I think you can find this watch for $160, $170. My girlfriend got me this watch as a gift, and I asked her what she paid, and she got it right around $165. So again, if you're paying $250 for this watch, you're not doing your research. So definitely do some shopping around. Like I said, you can find it for cheaper if you're looking into buying this watch. Forgive me, I'm using my iPod to film this video. I'm having some malfunctions with my webcam, so hope it doesn't bounce around. I'll do my best to keep it steady. But get into the case or frame. It is a polymer case, extremely lightweight. I think this thing comes in right at 1.8 ounces, just under 2 ounces. So extremely lightweight. Glass. It is a mineral glass, not sapphire. If they did sapphire, it would raise the price point a little bit. Scratch resistant, I can tell you that much. That was one of the people question on these Luminox watches if it really is scratch resistant. And the other day I was out hiking and climbing kind of a rock face, and I scraped it up against a sharp rock, and I thought for sure that I just mangled the crystal. And I had some time to really check it out, guys. There's not a scratch on this watch. I was thoroughly impressed with the durability. Like I said, I thought I just mangled it, but no, not even a scratch on this thing just yet. So I can attest that this thing does live true to its word on scratch resistant. Here's a little side shot. It's a fairly thick watch, but again, this is kind of deceiving. By looking at this, you would think this is heavy, but again, it's extremely lightweight. Has a fully rotatable bezel. Does rotate counterclockwise. You guys hear it clicking. Feels really nice at each second. You'll hear it click. Only one way direction, like I said, counterclockwise. Luminox is famous for having the tritium inserts, and for those of you who don't know what tritium is basically, see the inserts at each of the numbers. Actually, you can actually see it right now with my light, which is pretty good. Tritium is basically just gas-filled inserts, so meaning it doesn't need a light source to charge. They basically stay lit 24/7. Luminox guarantees that tritium will last for 25 years. I don't know if I'd necessarily believe that. I think in 25 years I'd either lose the watch or replace it by then. But we'll see as time goes on. But yeah. So like I said, I think there's 16 total tritium inserts, one above each of the numbers. Inserts on each of the hands, the minute, hour, and second hand. I wish I could, take you into a room and show you this, but you know, this quality of this camera is just not going to capture it. But you know, when there's no ambient light around and you're in a dark room, the visibility of this watch is awesome. Actually, the best thing, there's some good videos on YouTube with guys with a little bit better camera that show you what it looks like in the dark. But you know, just take my word for it that it is a highly visible watch. It's awesome at night. So, like I said, take my word for it. The strap, it is a rubber silicone strap. You got some texture in the middle here. The flip side, it is you know, nothing too much. This was one of the complaints about this watch, was people don't necessarily like the rubber silicone watch. I personally love the watch, or love the strap. The reason being is some of the other straps or custom straps that you buy, if you get them wet, they take a lot longer to dry out. The rubber strap, if you get it wet, it dries out in a matter of minutes. You know, when the sun hits this thing, it'll dry up fairly quick. So you know, if you get this watch and you're unhappy with it, you can get a strap for fairly cheap. So just something to keep in mind. But I absolutely love the strap. One of the things people said about the rubber strap was that it does increase, it will increase sweat around your wrist. I personally don't have that problem, but you know, I'm not a big sweat type of guy, so it's kind of to each his own. But yeah, I love the strap. You can see the buckle here is it's kind of a brushed stainless steel with the logo imprint. Try and get it up close there. Like I said, it's pretty sharp. You can get a good view of the back here. What you're looking at, each Luminox watch has a seal trident. You know, they claim that these are Navy SEAL watches, and for law enforcement. You know, I don't know if Navy SEALs actually wear this watch or not, but you know, I'd wear one if I was a SEAL because in the 4 months that I've had this watch, just absolutely love this watch. So you know, all your information there. So just a good look at the back of the watch. You know, other than that, you know, let's get a good look at the case that it came in. Standard, you know, pretty standard case. You know, nothing too fancy. Just a nice nylon case. You know, nice Luminox rubberized logo. You know, a lot of people, this probably just ends up in their drawer, but I use it as a secondary sunglass case holder for my cheapies when I go to the lake. So, like I said, pretty nice case. You know, use it for whatever, but guys, that's pretty much it on this watch. Like I said, the main couple things that people complain about was oh, one more thing I almost forgot was some of the other complaints, and bear with me for a minute while I put my camera down. One of the other complaints was the size, as people had felt that the watch was almost too big or too obtrusive looking. You know, I have fairly decent sized wrists and hands, and I think the size is just absolutely perfect. You know, it's not too small, and then again, it's not too big. You know, you can see it on my watch. It's just a good looking, good fitting watch. You know, if I could see how if you had, you know, small wrists or small hands, I could see how the watch would possibly be very large on the hand. But you know, that's the style these days. Even, you know, huge watches is what everyone's wearing. So I wouldn't really worry about the size. If you're curious, you know, some of the higher end jewelers or you know, watch shops will carry these types of watches. So go in and this, since this is a high selling line of Luminox, go in and check it out and see if it's too big. I don't think you'll have an issue with it, but you know, that's my 2 cents on the size of it. But again, let me put this down and get the watch off. But yeah, those were the main things. Was the strap. You know, people said that it did cause some sweat buildup. I don't have that happening. I think the size is absolutely perfect, and